What's good, man? What's good? It's your boy KT Dre, man. I'm back with a motherfucking video, you know what I'm saying? It's about the case of Karmelo Anthony. Feel me? If y'all don't know who that is, bro, it's the dude that stabbed one of these twin brothers at a football game, track meet, I think. One or the other. But we finna get into it, man. Let's get it.
There's no self-defense, because if you are afraid the day before where you have to take a weapon to school, why not notify your parents? You getting ready to run track with other kids and you got a knife on you. No, man, you got to go to jail.
Talking about he had a knife.
Bro, Charleston White, bro. They had to start it off with Charleston, bro. If y'all ain't watched my last video, man, not the last one, but like a few videos ago, video about Charleston White going to like a racist town. You know what I'm saying? Being racist too, at the same time, to blacks, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case, however you want to take it. Fuck Charleston White. Whatever he got to say, fuck it.
You damn right. If you a black man living in America, you better be walking around with talking about he had a knife. You got white boys riding around with guns.
Nah,
and
for
y'all
real.
crying about a knife.
Nah, for real.
The hard part that cost me is
Look at them boys. I ain't finna keep pausing the video long.
And his brother
Y'all seen it though.
was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. Rest in peace, bro.
First of all,
Lil' bro was like that too? Lil' bro was like that too?
I need a break. Jeff,
Okay, yeah,
First of
okay.
all, my entire heart rests in your hands. I would be in my position.
You know I keep it
not
fair,
even
y'all.
Somebody even knew your son, but somebody that shares the same understanding. I grew up as a 17-year-old young white man too, and I grew up in fear of my life around black people because they were killing and robbing people around me all the time, and I don't understand.
And then it's a black hand right there recording this. Bro said he fear. Y'all, what y'all fear, bro? Cause you said black people be around robbing and doing, bro. Y'all be doing that too, though. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get away with it. You feel me? Uncle Sam, Uncle Tom, whatever you want to call them, free robbing the shit out of us. You feel what I'm saying? Police killing the shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? But y'all should just, y'all, we not in fear. You can't be in fear, bro. You got all the power.
As I was a father, you could sit idly by and not condemn the culture
We
that
don't want
killed
y'all.
your son.
Are you done?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the problem, my friend.
A confrontation between two teens left one dead and the country divided.
Caleb.
In this video, we're going to be breaking down the criminal case
Caleb.
of Karmelo Anthony. April 2nd, 2025, it was 10 a.m. when the Staley Middle School resource officer
Chantel.
heard on the radio there was a stabbing at the school track field. Frisco police would alert nearby officers an athlete was the victim, and the suspect was a black male wearing a gray hoodie and blue sweatpants. The school officer rushed to the stadium where two teens told him the victim was under the Memorial High School tent. Approaching the tent, an adult would point out the suspect, who remained on the track separated from the officer by a chain-link fence. The officer commanded the suspect to keep his hands in the air, and the suspect complied, saying, "I was protecting myself." As the officer placed the suspect in handcuffs, the suspect said, "He put his hands on me." The officer sat the suspect on the ground while advising backup over the radio. He had the alleged suspect. The suspect then stated, "I'm not alleged, I did it." By this point, the suspect had the right to remain silent, he just didn't have the ability. While walking him to the police vehicle,
bro,
the suspect
at least he
became
admitted, bro.
emotional, crying hysterically as he said, "He put his hands on me. I told him not to." While in the back seat, he then asked officers if the victim was going to be okay. The suspect would identify himself as 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, a student from Frisco Centennial High. While this was going on, athletic trainers along with the Frisco Fire Department were attempting to save the victim.
Yeah.
The weather turned to a heavy downpour of rain, causing the fire department to place a tent over the victim. A police officer began using his phone to photograph the crime scene, as others began taping off the area and moving non-essential people out of the stadium. Officers were informed the weapon used had been tossed, with a witness stating it was in the bleachers. Officers discovered the folding knife, partially open and still bloody, deciding to cover it with a tarp. An officer grabbed a backpack to weigh the tarp down, noticing it was the only backpack from Centennial High, as all the others were from Memorial. It was later discovered this was the suspect's backpack.
Dang.
The victim, identified as 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, was a Memorial High student. Investigators would learn the stadium was hosting a track and field championship with multiple schools in attendance. The stabbing took place under the Memorial High School pop-up tent in the visitors' bleachers. A witness would tell police he was sitting under the tent with his team and was near his teammate Austin as everything played out. Austin told the suspect, Karmelo, that he needed to move out from under their team's tent. Not only did Karmelo go to a different
So why is
school,
he telling somebody to move
he was
out?
under their tent wearing Centennial High clothing. Karmelo grabbed his backpack, opened it, and reached inside telling Austin, "Touch me and see what happens." The witness told officers no one really thought Karmelo had any weapons, so Austin proceeded to touch Karmelo. Karmelo then told Austin to punch him and see what happens. A short time later,
Bro, so basically, bro, y'all be sitting. Just off that, bro, just hearing that. If that's true, he basically was trying to kill, bro. He was trying to get him. Hit me, see what happened. Hit me, see what happened. Nah, punch me and see what happened, though. Just punch me and see what happened. I want you to just punch me and see what happened. Like, bro, really? That's basically what you did. If that's true, there's no way, like.
Austin grabbed Karmelo to tell him to move, and Karmelo pulled out what the witness described as a black knife, stabbing Austin once in the chest before running away. Austin began grabbing his chest, telling everyone to get help, and shortly after, he'd lose consciousness, stop breathing, and never wake up again. Two more witnesses were found breathing heavily and crying, one of which was identified as the victim's younger brother.
So basically,
He was unable to say much, but his friend said they were sitting on the bleachers under the Memorial High School tent. A male wearing a different school's clothes came and sat down, so Austin told him since he didn't go to Memorial, he had to leave the tent. While arguing, Austin was stabbed and the suspect ran. Austin's younger brother held on to his older brother as he lost consciousness, bleeding out.
That's sad, bro.
Arms. It was 10:46 a.m. when Austin was brought into the trauma bay at the hospital. 7 minutes later, he was pronounced dead. His heart had been pierced, and he bled to death.
Dang.
Officers listed student witnesses from Lebanon High, Liberty High, Memorial High, Frisco High, Independence High, and Emerson High. Centennial High's head coach told officers he heard his athlete confess to the stabbing, while two coaches from Independence High School witnessed the stabbing.
Dang.
Karmelo Anthony would be charged with first-degree murder and transported to the Collin County Jail.
Bro, you goofy.
Under Texas law, even at 17 years old, Karmelo could and would be charged as an adult.
They gonna get him.
His bond would be set at $1 million. Immediately following his arrest, social media would divide black versus white. Some of the black community would come to the immediate defense of Karmelo, stating it was purely self-defense and he's only been arrested because of the fact that his victim is white. They'd also claim the victim in this case was the aggressor. While GoFundMe doesn't allow funding lawyers for criminal cases, apparently GiveSendGo does.
I don't know what to say.
And over $500,000 has been raised for Karmelo,
Damn.
with a list of donation comments raising concern amongst journalists. One anonymous donation would label Karmelo an anti-bullying hero, a scholar, and a gentleman. A donator named Black Excellence would donate again, stating, "The more these hateful whites show their insecurities and fragilities of losing dominance. Sending love, light, and justice to King Karmelo."
I'm with Karmelo. You know what I'm saying? Because if he been getting bullied, bruh, I'm not with him with the stabbing. I'm not. But if what they said happened, just like y'all heard it, just like me, I'm with black people, know all the way. You feel me? But I'm still gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it 110%. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like, I don't know. Hit me. Hit me. See what happens. Like you, I don't know if you want to call that premeditated. You feel me? Because like, I know I'm finna get you, bro. You already got the hand in the bag. You feel me? You already under their tent. This how they gonna look at it. You came under their tent. You already know bro is gonna start with you and tell you to move. Boom, when he did that, you said, I just want you to hit me. Go ahead. He pushed you, put the hand in the bag. Now punch me, see what happened. He punched you, stab him right in the chest. Just want you to give him one good one. Right in the heart. Why? So that's not premeditated? Like, I'm with black people. I'm not saying I'm not. You feel me? But if that's true, that's premeditated to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Rock from Atlanta would comment, "We are the defenders of our lineage. This is America, and these flat whiteness immigrants from all over the world has always been open enemies towards foundational black Americans from day one. No more." Some in the white community would also speak out, stating this wasn't self-defense, it was flat-out murder. Many would be enraged at the fact that Austin's killer was being praised for being black and killing a white. The donations spoke for themselves, literally, and many have also stated if the races were reversed and the victim was black, there would be riots and looting. Karmelo's actions in Austin's death was now being politicized and used by radicals on both sides to justify prejudice. In simpler terms, it didn't matter who was right or wrong because the ones speaking out don't care about Karmelo or Austin, they care about their own agenda. Things would heat up again on April 14, 2025, when Judge Angela Tucker reduced Karmelo's bond from $1 million down to $250,000.
Dang.
She also agreed to release him based on his clean criminal record and his athletic/academic background. Karmelo would then be released under the conditions he wear an ankle monitor and be supervised by a parent at all times.
Say that.
Judge Tucker's decision
for real.
caused her to receive
Hey, shout out Judge Tucker. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Bro. I'm not saying bro guilty. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all thinking I'm saying bro guilty or nothing. But at the same time, y'all, it's like, damn, this beard, bro. The fuck? At the same time, y'all, it's like, he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Bro not dumb. You see, they say he got an academic 4.0. You know what I'm saying? Bro is not dumb.
And racist threats on social media, leaving her with no choice but to privatize her Twitter. Judge Tucker's personal security has also been temporarily increased as the FBI investigate anyone who released private or personal information about her, as they plan to charge those responsible with unlawful disclosure of a resident's address or telephone number in obstruction or retaliation. Karmelo and his family would also be targeted through death threats and harassment.
Dang.
People would visit his home, loitering and taking pictures, while others would make false food delivery orders and send hate mail, including Austin's obituary.
What's up, guys? King
Damn.
Vegas here. My brand new track, 2 Times, together with Steve Aoki, is available now on TikTok, and I can't wait to see all the amazing creations you guys are gonna come up with.
Including Austin's obituary. It became common for people to
That's
search
crazy,
for
bro.
home in their vehicles
That's
to
crazy.
essentially provoke fear and intimidation. Karmelo's family would have no choice but to use donation funds.
I ain't gonna lie. You come to my doorstep like that close, you trespassing. Where my fire? And it's loaded. You trespassing. As soon as I don't know you, get from the door. You wanna play that. You know what I'm saying? Alright. I'm gonna have to just catch one now. My kid just caught one. I'm gonna have to catch one now because you playing with me and my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop pausing.
To relocate to an undisclosed location. But this harassment wasn't one-sided. Frisco police would receive a phone call reporting a shooting at Austin Metcalf's father's home.
What?
Another shooting would be reported at his mother's home.
What?
This would happen a total of 3 times, all 3 being fake reports known as swatting, in which an anonymous person contacts police and they respond to what they believe to be a violent situation. Swatting has even led to innocent people being killed by police. Austin's father, Jeff, has been making headlines himself as he attempted to make peace with his son's killer's family and pray together at a press conference held for Karmelo. Instead, he was escorted out by police, with Karmelo's family apparently uninterested in making amends.
What we seen at the beginning of this press conference, of the father being at this press conference.
Bro trying to talk like Martin Luther King. What we seen at this push. Come on, brother. Just spill it out. Bro try to come in here and give us a little, try to come, you know what I'm saying? No, we ain't having that. You feel me? We standing on what we standing on, bro. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. Don't come here. What we seen at the beginning of this press conference. I mean, keep it professional, but you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be that professional.
These are my words. Don't quote anybody. Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. That was disrespectful and just shows you all the character. He was not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family.
The main voice speaking for the Anthony family was not actually a member, but the so-called minister, Dominique Alexander. Describing himself as a minister of justice, political, civil, and human rights activist, and supporter of Black Lives Matter.
If bro popped up
his
to
suit,
apologize,
tie, and slow way of speaking
man,
aligns with more of a
to make
gimmick
peace
from a man with an agenda. Come to find out, Dominique has a long criminal history himself and served prison time for abusing a baby. Back in July of 2009,
boy,
he was
boy, look at this fool. I knew something was up with him, the way he come on her, trying to be a Martin Luther King. Look at him.
Sitting his girlfriend's 2-year-old son when he called her telling her to get home now. He didn't tell her why, and when she arrived, the child was unresponsive. He claimed he'd walked into another room and heard the baby boy fall off the couch as he was watching a movie.
What?
When he walked back in, the boy's eyes looked funny, later telling a detective they rolled to the back of his head. The 2-year-old boy was placed in the intensive care unit and discovered to have a subdural hemorrhage at the back of his head, meaning blood around his brain. He also had retinal hemorrhaging, meaning bleeding in both of his eyes. The severity of the boy's injuries were ruled inconsistent with falling off a couch and more consistent with abusive head trauma and physical abuse.
So you abusing babies, 2-year-old, and you coming on here speaking. This type of person you is. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget that, bro. There's some stuff you can forgive and forget, but there's some stuff you can't, bro. And we can't forgive you doing that to a 2-year-old. And you trying to come over here and give a powerful speech. I don't think Martin Luther King had a bad background like that. You know what I'm saying? I know. So, feel me? You already knew something's up with your ass.
Dominique would later plead guilty in this case. Dominique would address his multiple arrests from theft, forgery, stealing a car, making a false police report. The list goes on. He'd say social media would try to shame him, but ended up showing his testimony. That when he first stepped into activism in 2014, he didn't hide who he was, and he was even named Person of the Year for the Dallas Observer's People Edition in 2015. But in 2019, Dominique would be arrested for striking and pushing his girlfriend.
Dominique Alexander, the founder of the Next Generation Action Network, was indicted today on a charge of continuous violence against the family. That's a 3rd-degree felony. He was arrested back in April after his girlfriend, Kiera Saunders, told police Alexander assaulted her. However, in an affidavit filed before today's indictment, Saunders says she doesn't want any part of the prosecution.
Regardless, this was the face of Karmelo Anthony's family. A man whose sole purpose is speaking against so-called racist police who target...
This who y'all chose to be y'all face when he got a background like that? Shit, y'all better all go with the nigga that's going,
get black men.
That's going to get Shannon Sharp.
He was now taking this opportunity to make Karmelo the victim who had to defend himself against his white attacker. So let's look at the facts. Karmelo was an athlete from Centennial High.
So let's look at the facts for sure.
He chose to sit under an opposing school's tent.
Right.
Austin was an athlete from Memorial High.
Right.
And confronted Karmelo about being under his team's tent.
Right.
Austin would grab Karmelo's backpack, telling him to leave, and eventually push Karmelo, while Karmelo would grab his backpack, reaching inside, telling Austin, touch me and see what happens.
I ain't hear Austin pushed him.
Austin would continue, which led to Karmelo pulling out the knife and stabbing him.
Okay.
Now my boy JD DeLay would break down Texas self-defense laws perfectly.
Constitutes lawful self-defense. It's all going to depend on what state you're in because each state has different laws. But for the sake of relevant current events, let's talk about the state of Texas. The state of Texas has the best self-defense laws out of any state in the country. They have stand your ground laws, which means that you do not have to retreat. You're allowed to defend yourself if somebody threatens or physically harms you.
Right.
But you're only allowed to use proportional violence. So if somebody's coming at you with hands and you shoot them, you could be in a lot of trouble. All depends on the valid and articulable threat that was there at the time. If somebody's coming after you with a gun or a knife, then you are definitely in your realm to be able to use lethal force. However, this does require that you did not instigate the incident and that you are not somewhere that you are not supposed to be.
Exactly.
You instigated the incident. If you are somewhere you don't belong or if you use excessive force, self-defense is out the window. Like I said, this is specifically applicable to the state of Texas and their laws, so know the law where you live. Might just save your life or keep your ass out of prison.
In this situation, not only was Karmelo somewhere he wasn't supposed to be,
he instigated that motherfucker.
He didn't go to Memorial High.
He instigated.
And should have been with his own team. He was armed with a weapon he wasn't supposed to have.
Exactly.
His mere presence during a competition
and y'all lawyer
is provoking an opposing.
Bro, the lawyer could have did something different, bro.
Being confronted, Karmelo would reach.
It's another way he could have went.
Touch me and see what happens. The fact that Karmelo ran track, if he was in fear for his life, he literally just could have ran. But in a stand your ground case, he doesn't legally have to.
Yeah.
But Austin wasn't threatening to kill, use a weapon, or even beat him. He was telling him to leave.
Exactly.
So Karmelo using deadly force as self-defense seems very unjustified. But also telling someone, touch me and see what happens, can qualify as instigating the incident.
Exactly.
If a gang member walks to a rival gang's territory with an illegal weapon, daring a rival gang member to touch him so he can legally kill him, that doesn't qualify as self-defense. So if an opposing athlete sits in an opposing team's area with a concealed weapon and stabs someone when confronted, I don't see how he can claim self-defense.
He can't.
Karmelo would show
can't.
emotion, hysterically crying
He
after
can't.
the incident. Even at sign
Yeah,
while
nah,
holding
for
an
real.
AK-47, the full picture would show Karmelo at a friend's house holding a BB gun in which the orange tip has been removed.
Oh, man.
No more extreme than Austin and his brother holding real guns. Karmelo wasn't a thug. He came from a nice job with 2 parents in an affluent area. He held a job at a kid's football.
Bro, like he was a good nigga. Bro, like he was a good nigga though. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like he was up to nothing, bro. You must have been bored today, bro. You just wanted to kill somebody, bro. Wanted to just, he had to, just wanted to kill, bro.
Football
Like,
team
wasted his
and
life.
track team. Should he have had a knife? No. But
Should've slapped fire his ass.
Carry pocket knives. Just because he's black doesn't mean he was looking to stab someone that day. I think teenage pride and ego led to an irreversible decision. I think regret and compassion should weigh on the scale of justice. I don't think
Stop fire, big country. I be like, big country,
but I also don't think he placed himself there with the intent to kill. Looking at their athletic stats, Austin was 6 foot tall and 220 pounds, while Karmelo was 5'10".
That's not bad.
175 pounds.
That's not bad.
Karmelo resorted to a weapon out of fear, but I don't believe he feared for his life. I believe he feared he'd get beat up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think this fear meets the legal qualification to kill someone in self-defense.
Exactly. That's what we talking about that though.
Self-defense won't stand
It won't.
because he provoked Austin by saying, "Touch me and see what happens." When Austin touched him, he then said, "Hit me and see what happens." Played the knife and told him he's prepared to defend himself. In the end, a teenage athlete died while another faces prison, and countless people with nothing better to do are using this to fuel political agendas.
Man.
Now this case is tragic, controversial.
Yeah.
There's a lot of elements to this case, right? And it's going to be difficult for them to find jurors that have it, which we also see with Black Lives Matter. They
Man, anyway, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know how to feel about that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like, bro, put himself in that, bro wanted to stab, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's just how I feel, bro. He instigated, bro. He instigated the whole situation. Hit me. Don't slap me. Don't just hit me on my shoulder. Just punch me right here. Hit me right here and stab. Hit me right here real quick. I got something for you, brother. Right here, brother. Hit me. Hit me, brother, right here. Come on, I got something for you. Hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, why? You gotta make better decisions, bro. Just take that ass whooping. I ain't gonna lie, I would've got the first lick in. Hit me. You know, I wouldn't even told bro to hit me. Like, as soon as I would've just licked. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta think, bro. You don't gotta pull out that fire all the time. You ain't gotta pull out that knife all the time, bro. Hit him. You feel me? That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Anyway, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all stay tuned. Go check out the that vlog channel, bro. I just posted a little prom video with my little bro. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go stream that. Go vlog that. Go watch that. You feel me? Anyway, y'all stay blessed, man. Stay prayed up. Keep God first, man. KT.